DJ Big John writes, have you guys seen the trailer for The Giver yet? It was short but looks really good. Your thoughts?
I don't think I have. Which one is The Giver again?
It's based off of a book.
Yeah, it was
just I have not seen it yet myself.
I haven't either, and I've been wanting to watch it. I've heard that it's pretty exceptional.
Yeah, I've not seen it either. Someone sent it to me on Twitter, so thank you for that. I'll check it out today.
We have homework to do.
Yes. All right, so what's next?
Sebastian Villages writes, hey John, nice jacket. What are the chances of an X-Men reboot sometime in the near future?
Zero. Absolutely zero. We know that, well, first of all, X-Men Days of Future Past is coming out, and they've already got the next film after that planned, X-Men Age of Apocalypse. What do they aim that one? 2016?
16, yeah.
So, at least for the next few years, we've got an ongoing X-Men story, and I don't think they're planning on stopping at that. As a matter of fact, look, this is what I think. It's speculation, so don't report this as news. This is just me speculating, all right? But we've talked about it on the show before. I believe that they are going to they're going to discover a plot device to bring the X-Men First Class cast into the modern era. I think that's how they're going to do it. And then with a rebooted Fantastic Four, they're aiming to try to take over a new Fox-shared cinematic universe with all those heroes, and they're going to continue to move forward. If I'm right, and that is the plan, and it kind of looks like that's what they're doing, then I don't think we're going to see a rebooted X-Men anytime soon. Do you guys see it any differently?
That gives me warm and fuzzy feelings inside thinking about that crossover. It needs to happen. They just have these amazing properties, and it absolutely needs to happen. But yeah, I just don't really see a point in rebooting it. It's still really hot. It's still really relevant. I mean, even if they recast Wolverine, which it seems like it's going to happen soon. I mean, maybe after the third standalone, whatever. Hugh Jackman is over it. Good for you. You put in, this is his 7th appearance with Days of Future Past. So, I mean, there's ways, or maybe they'd get, Old Man Logan, or different storylines they could evolve, or show new X-Men characters and not show the other ones. I mean, there's so many different storylines they could explore. So at this point, I still think it's really hot and really relevant, and we do have 2 films, already on the pipeline. So yeah, I don't think there's a need to reboot it, but of course they're going to until the end of time because, this is one of Fox's hottest properties and they're not one to waste it. So don't worry, we'll get lots of X-Men.
I think there's opportunity for lots of these characters to get spin-offs, and I think that they don't want to reboot that and change that opportunity for that to happen as well. And I know that Fox is also thinking about maybe X-Force at this point in time. So
as they should.
There's some talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and Deadpool, just saying. So there's a lot of characters that I think they could still use from before introducing a whole new cast.
All right, what's next?
William Farley writes, given that Universal's only lucrative franchise is F&F, do you think they would like to set up more sequels in Jurassic World?
Oh, yeah. Would they like to have a big blockbuster financial success franchise? Yes. I also know. Wait, what am I allowed to say? I know they're looking at getting into the superhero game. I know that. But yes, they would absolutely love to have Jurassic World. Look, they're not going to make Jurassic World and at the end of that movie go, and all the dinosaurs are now gone. And they're not going to do that. They are going to leave this open for the possibility of more films. They absolutely would love to see this turn franchise. You guys?
Who isn't trying to get in a superhero game right now? Like, that's where the money is right now, so that would be smart. And of course, I mean, they still have had a profitable year. But yeah, I mean, the dream is to have successful franchises. That's kind of a no-brainer. And I want more big dinos on the screen, so I'm in for that.
Yeah, I think they have a really good shot at doing it, too, with Jurassic World. So I think that they're feeling optimistic about this one.
Did you guys see the 3D version when they remastered?
I did not go to see the 3D version.
You know that I did. It was so great.
All right, let's take 2 more.
Okay. Colby Lee Bean writes, have you guys heard of the Pixar theory? If so, what do you think about it?
If you're talking, there are several Pixar theories. If the one you are talking about is how they are all actually in the same universe, that all the films are actually connected and they're all actually in the same universe, yes, I have. I think it's stretching it. I don't think that's really the case. But it's a very interesting theory. I remember the first time I read that one guy who kind of basically wrote the original thesis on this. And I thought, first of all, you put way too much work into this. But secondly, I thought it was very fascinating, but I think we're connecting dots that don't necessarily exist. So I don't think that Pixar theory is true, but it's a really cool, if you haven't found it, look it up online, you'll see what we're talking about. Have you guys read the Pixar theory?
I've heard about it, and I don't think it was intentional, but I love that idea. Hypothetically, I think that's so cute and endearing to me. It like warms all my heart inside.
There was another theory that came out online. This is a little bit separate, but this one I found far more fascinating that made me go, wait a minute. The idea that, what's the toy's owner's name? What's his name?
Andy?
Andy. That Andy's mom
Oh, yeah.
is actually the original girl who owned, and I forget the girl cowboy's name.
Jessie.
Jessie is actually the owner of the original Jessie. And when you read that theory and how it
that.
explains it out, it's
I like that too.
this doesn't feel like it's connecting two dots that don't exist. This feels like a really straight line. And that one kind of blew my mind.
I love the whole concept of, this universe unfolding, and how cool would that be to see some of our favorite Pixar characters on the screen together. I mean, that would be pretty exciting. So yeah, I think that it's cute. Everyone does this with theories and like Easter eggs and all sorts of films like, oh, does that mean they're going here? It doesn't always. They're just trying to give fans a little nod, but I think it's also endearing and
Could
kind of
you imagine an Avengers type of film where, Buzz and Woody have to team up with Sully and Mike and the Incredibles
Yes!
to fight off some big threats to the movie? I mean, obviously Wally can't be in there, but then you get the old man
Wally.
from Up can come in or something like that. I'm just
Sounds
telling.
like Wreck-It Ralph.
Look. To quote the overused online meme, "Take my money now." Just take my
Shut
money
up
now.
and take my quarters.
All right, last one. Let's take one more question.
J_as says, what do you think about the rumors of Bats versus Soups taking place a decade after The Dark Knight Rises?
No.
Here we go, rant.
Look, I'm gonna say this short. I'm gonna keep this short. I'm gonna say as calm as I can. The Dark Knight Rises doesn't exist anymore. That whole universe is gone. None of this. Oh, but I read somewhere. Lies. Lies. The new Batman film, the new Superman, this new DC universe has nothing to do with the Christopher Nolan universe. Let it sink in. Let the truth wash over you and soothe your ego-bruised soul. Okay? It's done. So no, there is no connection to the old Batman films.
Hashtag truth baptism.
Do you notice I didn't yell or scream
You
once
start
there?
to dress up and then you control your anger and your temper? Who is this imposter?
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.